According to Capacity, they claim to have the best built, highest quality spotting trailer on the market. Over the next few minutes, we'll take a look at some of the major differences between the Ottawa and the Capacity and let you decide if there is any truth to this claim. Let's start with the basic frame construction. Capacity uses preformed structural steel rated at 36,000 psi. All options are then welded on, thereby weakening the integrity of the steel. And if a part needs to be replaced, it must be cut off and the new part re-welded on, further weakening the integrity of the steel. Ottawa's frame is a 3/8-inch formed channel rated at 50,000 psi, 80,000 psi on tandems. Holes are pre-punched into the frame with weld nuts fitted to the back side to accept all options without compromising the integrity of the frame. If a part or component needs to be replaced or repaired, you can simply unbolt the old one and bolt on the new one. Capacity's idea to increase the resistance to bending moment, or RBM, of the frame is to weld a piece of flat stock to the top of the frame rail, which offers only minimal additional strength to the frame. Ottawa's reinforced frame is an inverted L frame reinforcement section which goes from the engine area to the fifth wheel area, increasing strength on each frame rail by 40%. Capacity's front tow hooks are welded onto the frame and rear tow hooks are an option. On the Ottawa, the front tow hooks are flame cut into the main frame and the rear tow eyes are standard and cut into the rear skid ramps. The warranty on the Capacity frame is 6 years, while it is 7 years on the Ottawa. The bumper on the Capacity is 18-inch structural steel and is bolted to brackets that are welded to the frame. The bumper on the Ottawa is a 15-inch formed channel with reinforcing gussets on the rear and is bolted directly onto the frame. As you compare the cabs, there are several differences that can be found between the cab of the Capacity and the Ottawa, both inside and out. To start with, the Ottawa has a totally redesigned state-of-the-art cab and deck, while Capacity uses the same design they have had for years with minimal improvements. The sliding rear door on the Ottawa is made of aluminum, making it lighter and easier to operate than on the Capacity. In addition, with the Ottawa, the upper rear door track is a riveted design, making it replaceable if damaged. The optional Vista 66 raised roof cab of the Capacity has a rear door height clearance of 66 inches, while the optional raised roof cab of the Ottawa has 68 inches of clearance. The large front access panel on the Ottawa allows for more than twice the room to get to the heater motor and other serviceable components than the Capacity. The left side step of the Capacity is made of rebar, while the Ottawa has a grip strut step. Capacity offers a 4-point air ride system that is optional. With the Ottawa, we utilize a 3-point air ride system, which reduces maintenance and improves the ride, and it is standard. Other standard features of the Ottawa include tactile undercoating, a formed armrest and storage pocket on the left side door, cab side vent, and a rear work light, which are all options on the Capacity. Inside the cab, the steering wheel on the Capacity is angled away from the driver, while the Ottawa's steering wheel and seat are aligned. Capacity has a metal dash. Ottawa, a modular dash that allows ease of repair or replacement of switches and gauges. The Ottawa has electrical devices with dedicated grounds, heavy-duty backlit gauges, and sealed dash switches. The front defroster vents on the Capacity are all in front of the driver and do not reach the right front corner. On the Ottawa, the front defroster vents cover the entire front window area. The Capacity has a 2-part right side sliding window with a center post that interferes with the driver's view of the right side mirror. Ottawa has a 3-part window that gives the driver a clear view of the mirror. The cab deck on the Ottawa is a bolt-together construction, powder-coated for prevention of rust and corrosion, and has a replaceable bolt-on mirror post, none of which are available on the Capacity. Additionally, the 55-degree tapered front end of the Ottawa offers more flexibility of movement than the 50-degree tapered front of the Capacity. The electric cab tilt control of the Capacity is mounted under the battery box on the right side, while the release cable is set forward, making it very awkward to operate. The Ottawa has both the control and the release cable located together. Also, you will note that the cab release cable on the Capacity is routed through washers welded to the frame, while the Ottawa cab release cable is routed through a nylon tube down the side of the frame and held in place with P-clamps. The Ottawa cab and deck have a polyurethane baked-on finish that is not available on the Capacity. All Ottawa cab decks, frames, frame-mounted parts are powder-coated, baked, and top-coated for rust and corrosion protection. This is also not available on the Capacity. The wiring harness of the Ottawa is uniformly designed to accept any options added at the plant or later. The Capacity creates a different wiring harness for each vehicle, making replacement a real challenge. The Ottawa also uses color-coded and numbered modular wire looms with crimped and soldered ends, circuit breaker protection, weather seal type connectors, and vinyl-coated stud connectors. Again, none of which are available on the Capacity. The hydraulics on the Ottawa all have O-ring fittings, reducing the risk of leaks, while the Capacity uses standard plumbing type fittings. The fifth wheel on the Ottawa has double-acting cylinders with upper self-aligning spherical bushings and a heavy-duty double main pivot boom bearing with a grease groove, neither of which is available on the Capacity. The vertical exhaust on the Ottawa is equipped with a heat shield and heavy-duty protective support bracket, all standard. The Capacity offers a heat shield as an option. This is a real risk on the Capacity because in order to access the right side deck and engine compartment, you must step over part of the hood and around the exhaust. As you have seen, the Ottawa offers more standard features than Capacity, but we're not done yet. Ottawa also includes, as standard, a 2-year warranty on the standard Meritor axles, hub-piloted wheels, radial tires, breakaway airline fittings, moisture ejector valves with frame-mounted lanyards, anti-skid grating, and heat and noise-absorbing insulation, all of which are either not available or an additional cost from Capacity. Since the driver is moving in and out of the cab, space is an issue. As you can see, while getting in and out of the driver's seat and moving to the deck, the Ottawa offers significantly more room for the driver. Ottawa is the only manufacturer to provide an operator's orientation video used to train drivers how to properly operate the Ottawa. Also, you don't have to worry about finding parts for your Ottawa. Ottawa has the largest dealer network in the industry with almost twice as many locations as Capacity. And we have a state-of-the-art parts distribution center housing over $2 million worth of parts. Finally, Capacity claims that they are the #1 tractor for operators of ports, rail yards, and truck terminals. If this is true, why does Ottawa have about 4 times more market share than Capacity? Now you are armed with the facts. Clearly, Ottawa is the highest quality, most durable, best performing, easiest to maintain, and most sought-after trailer mover in the industry. Good luck and good selling.